Well, good morning, traders. I hope you're having a good day. And as usual, it's always a good day to trade. So, without further ado, let's begin. And first of all, sorry because we are facing a bit laptop issue. So, please bear with us while doing this trade. Uh, well, traders, let's begin with the market analysis. And I'm extremely sorry for this sudden change in this setting because my laptop has some issues. So, I have to send it to repair the thing, and this laptop doesn't have any screen recording. So let's begin. Today's trade was extremely the best Thursday expiry you could have in this thing. And as you see in the title, that has I have won around 270 points on a Thursday expiry, which is mm, extremely good on a side, and that too on a sideways days. So let me explain you first each trade. I've actually taken two trades with a really big gaps. So this was the hourly chart of Bank Nifty spot, and as you could see, the market was open a bit gap up after the fall a couple of times. And I was this the triangle, the rectangle is the support. These are the supports area, and this was the pattern. I was expecting on this thing 27 the market would go up here and I would short somewhere around here, but they fell actually from this point itself, so I wasn't able to capture anything. I also was able to capture predict bottom of this thing, but I wasn't able to capture this move, so that's there. But in today's market I was able to capture the really good moves. As you could see, this was the first 1 hour time frame candle, and in 9:15 I was just watching the candlestick to form a bit a gap up. So this is 15 minutes time frame. You could see a big candle gap up, and this is the CPRs. The big candle, a gap up, and a huge red candle forming. But as you could see, the red candle is forming a wick from below itself. So as it was forming wick and it has re-entered its really good support area after its breakdown on previous occasion. You could see this was the breakdown and it has again entered the support area. So the main logic in this thing was to go ahead and buy at somewhere at this central pivots. So that was the idea, to buy it somewhere around this level, and this is the RSI. As you could see, it was already indicating a bit higher in this thing. So let's move to 5 minutes chart and let's explain what I see on the first thing. So this is the 5 minutes chart, and you could see this thing. This is a divergence kind of pattern forming up here on an RSI. So this was this thing, and as you could see, I was watching the market from exactly from this candle. It took a retracement, then there was a push down up, again a upside move, then a push downside, again an upside move, and then a push downside. So usually market do not move like this thing. If it has to go bullish, it will make such a huge green candle and then a small retracement. But these candles were not that huge, and as well as the volumes were not that great. Plus you could see the huge wicks forming at this top at every red candle, which clearly indicated the selling pressure. And the second thing was, you could see this thing. This was the resistance which 2 days ago the Bank Nifty took as a support. Now it is acting as a resistance. So based on that thing, as soon as I saw this thing, I shorted Bank Nifty exactly as soon as it broke this low here. And I will put down the entry of this thing here. So that was the entry, and you could see I shorted exactly as soon as it broke the low. The entry and actual entry is a lucky trade, because on you could see on actual entry my target was around this thing or below, somewhere around this thing, based on the support area of this thing. I knew this would go broke, and it will definitely come to test this thing as a validating a support area of this previous this validating this support area is low, because it has multiple time already tested such time. And so based on that thing, I entered here, and my target was around here. Just forget this thing for a second, and let's see. You would see my target was here, as soon as you have seen in that thing, the entry. And but luckily I just happened to after seeing this candle, I just reduce my target by 10 points, in just in case, because if this thing might not touch this thing, the value area high, the candle wouldn't touch the value areas. Just in case of that, I just reduce my target by 10 points, and so insanely, the same thing happened. It got down. It didn't touch this thing. The difference was of 10 points, as you could see, and it gone up again. But luckily, as I've reduced my target, I got out at absolutely 126 point at exactly the bottom of this thing. So it was a really good, a lucky trade. Usually, this kind of thing doesn't happen, but it is definitely a lucky trade for me, because the target placement was absolutely perfect. And as you could see, the stop loss was also in pocket size, about the 50 points above the swing. So based on that thing, the trade was taken. So summarizing, the RSI, secondly the candlesticks, as you could see there was not huge candle, thirdly the wicks on the candle, fourthly a resistance area, and fifthly a reconfirmation of this thing, the candle reconfirmation of the resistance turning to a support area. So based on that thing, I entered here. So the logic first when I was seeing this thing was to buy, but I shorted here, and after seeing this huge wick, and you could see it has multiple time tested this as a resistance, and it would act as a support. I decided I wouldn't trade or risk trading in this thing unless and until if this thing support area get broken, and this the candles or the bank nifty would touch around this area. So I exited the market. So I was not watching this thing till a couple of hours. So I was not watching till 2 hours at least, till this breakout happened. So when I was watching the market, this candlestick was formed, and the bank nifty was starting to fall down. On our time frame, it would be somewhere around this candlestick is forming, or this would be forming. So this was going down, that thing at that time. So I was watching on 15-minute time frame, 5-minute time frame, a multi time frame analysis, as well as watching Nifty. You could see at exactly somewhere around this point, Nifty also started to push down a bit. So I was seeing that if I've decided if this thing go and touch 34,500 level at exactly, you see this thing, the central pivot, daily central pivot, I would buy this thing with a small 30-point stop loss just below the value area low, because I knew that if the bank nifty is on Thursday expiry, it has to go sideways and it would come down falling after breaking this thing, then it would never break 34,500, because it has acted multiple times as a support area in this thing. So you could see this was the in previous time also, you could see after touching this area a huge green wicks. After the touching this area, it got bounced up the next day. Previously also you could see the support area, so acting as a support area, and the support area. So I knew that thing, if this thing come down, it would be quite difficult for breaking 34,500. And you could see in previous also 1 hour time frame yesterday, it touched 34,000 area, and there was a big move upside. So based on that thing, I got long, and this was the second entry at exactly on this red candle. It was forming red candle. I was extremely scared also to go long. It was extremely risky trade, because I was expecting the market to turn a sudden V-shaped turn like this thing, which market usually do not do. But it was risky, but it was a calculative risk. My stop loss was 31 points, and as you could see, it did come down, and my stop loss was saved by just 10 points. But I was going to take the risks on this 126 points win, which I have already captured, and I was going to risk just 30 points to a target of 150 points. So at first, the target I placed at 150 points was just because of Thursday expiry. I knew the market could be a bit volatile, And secondly, I saw this thing. You could see this thing, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So, and the market was, after such a huge fall yesterday, the market bounced back up, rebounded, and it recovered the area. So I knew if the market has to go upside, it will be going to consolidate in flag shape pattern. And based on that logic only, I bought here at exactly the bottom of the trade. So this is also a lucky trade. I guess today's day was lucky for trading. Again a lucky trade. I bought it at extremely low point, at the bottom of this trade. But it was risky because I should have, logically entry should be after this candle high was broken. That should be entry, but I entered early only at the falling of the candle. So that is a risky trade and you should never take that kind of trade. But it was a calculated move, as I say, on 126 point. And luckily, same thing happened. The bank nifty took support. It shot up again, higher and higher. Same thing happened in nifty. You could see at exactly 12:20 the candlestick was falling. 12:25 it stopped, and at 12:30 it shot up again on the green side, and I was not able to place the order itself of selling. But I was testing. I should have placed here or above this thing. The logical, I was able to going to hold this thing till this point, but as I knew this was going to be a flag pattern, flagship pattern, so there might be a small momentum again downside, and if it not break tomorrow, it might just spend its entire day in consolidating in flag pattern itself. So based on that thing, I do not want to be greedy also and not want to take excessive risks on the capital. And as you could see, my risk to reward ratio was nearly about 5, 1:5, which is on intraday basis it's extremely good. So today indeed was a lucky day. After we have lost multiple trades yesterday, also we have lost, on Tuesday also we have lost. So this thing has recovered most of my losses, not I would say all, but indeed it recovered most of losses, and we might expect a positive ending to this week. So these were the two trades I have taken, 126 points profit and around 151 points profit. I should have held this thing till this high, but that's again a probability base, and it's definitely going to be greedy if I would have hold this thing till another 80 points, 90 points. So that would be a bit greedy, and it happens maybe sometimes, it might happen some not happen sometimes, but today was definitely a lucky day for me. Well, if you have experienced such lucky days, don't forget to smash that like button. Do comment down below if you have taken any trades today. And as usual, share this video to your friends and family, subscribe, and don't forget to press that notification bell so you would never miss any update from us. And thank you for watching.